Hey everybody, this is MarlonFanty95, and today I am bringing you my list for the top 5 worst movies of 2015. I saw a lot of movies this year, probably more in theaters than I ever have. I saw 22 newly released movies, and so I'm going to be doing the top 5 worst of that list in this video. And then I'm also going to be making a video talking about all the rest of the movies in a countdown to my favorite movie of 2015. Now, as far as my favorite goes, that list is going to be a mixture of, good filmmaking versus also my overall enjoyment of the film. These top 5 worst movies, they were just bad movies. I probably have a little bit of bias in a couple of them, but they were just bad. So, we'll start out with number 5. Number 5 on the list, counting down to the worst film of 2015. Number 5 is Fantastic Four. Now, before I continue with this, it was not as bad, in my opinion, as a lot of people have said it was. I did find minimal enjoyment out of it. I did think that, it was an okay movie, but it was in the top 5 of my worst films of so far not so far, but in 2015. And a lot of that goes to bad characterization. I did not connect with these characters at all. I mean, the first 2 Fantastic Four movies made, back in the early 2000s, those you at least had some kind of connection to the characters. And this one, I did not feel that at all. They just felt very distant. And then the time jump made that even worse. Now, I don't know why they decided to go that way with the time jump, because it just took away all of the difficulties of them adjusting to their powers. It's just like, oh, a year later, oh, here we are. So I didn't like that. Following that was the climax being kind of as well as the lack of good motivation from the villain as to why he is a full-blown villain all of a sudden. It just did not sit right with me. The story was just not coherent enough to make it a good film. Number 4 in the countdown to the worst of 2015 is The Transporter Refueled. This movie, it was just boring. It was, I don't know, I'm watching this and I'm like, is anything cool gonna happen? Because, it's an action movie and it is not put together, obviously, for its story. It was just meant for its action, probably, I hope. But the little bit of action there was what saved it from being even further down the list. But, so it was kind of okay. They had a couple of cool action sequences, but, even some of the action sequences just flopped. And the whole plot thing with the dad being involved in all this, it was just very, very stupid. I don't even know. It was... so the acting was not good at all. It was just... There was one point in the movie where the main guy was just like, "Dad!" And it was just felt completely, like, unrehearsed, I guess. It was just not good. And the climax, again, in this movie, was also very bad. And I just did not enjoy it at all. And I was kind of waiting for it to be over. And that's not good in an action movie when it's not even that long to begin with. When you're waiting for an action movie to be over and it's kind of a shorter end movie, that's not good, because you're hoping to get people to be like, oh, I want to see more action, and I just wanted the movie to be over with because it was so boring and stupid, and the plot was just, oh gosh. So, number 3 in the countdown to the worst of 2015, the number 3 award goes to Minions, and this is a huge surprise because I am a huge fan of the Despicable Me movies. But I think the lack of Gru really killed it, because it was too much of a good thing with the Minions. The Minions are fun in small doses, but they cannot hold their own in a feature-length film. And the fact that this film is now, I believe, one of the top 10 highest-grossing films of all time, it was First of all, we just have the first, felt like quarter of the movie, felt like I already watched it on YouTube, on trailers, and it just gave everything away. I mean, the opening was probably, the best part of the film, and then they just gave it away in the trailers. And then, I was the most amused in that movie when I was watching the Universal logo come up, when the Minions were, humming to the sound of the Universal track. It was just, I actually laughed at that. I thought that was funny, and I was like, well, you know what? Maybe this is going to be a good, funny movie. I was wrong. And then the plot, it just fell flat because of Scarlet Overkill. I mean, she was a horribly developed villain character, and why she got mad at the Minions, I still do not know, because it just made no sense whatsoever how she would just instantly turn on them when they did what she wanted them to do in the first place. She's like all of a sudden like, oh, I hate you, even though you helped me out. Don't know. So, Minions was definitely not a good movie in my opinion. Alright, so now, number 2, we have Hot Pursuit. And all I have to say about this film is that it was annoying. The cop character, I just... Oof. It was just... It had potential, I guess, if they maybe didn't make her so annoying, because, I don't know, I just couldn't get past that annoying voice and actions throughout the movie. It was just like she was trying way too hard for that character, and it was just not good at all. And that's just all I have to say. I mean, it was boring, too, so it was... it felt like a waste to go into the movies. I went with my parents on that, so they paid for it. So, now, for number 1 on the all-time worst of 2015, and maybe one of my least favorite movies I have ever watched, and that is Paul Blart Mall Cop 2. Wow, this movie was bad. I was sitting through it laughing, not with the movie, but at how stupid the movie was. I am a huge fan. It is a big guilty pleasure of mine of Paul Blart Mall Cop 1. The first movie I thought it was great. I am a big Kevin James fan. I watch King of Queens all the time, and I thought that he just did a great job in that movie. It was a fun story. He had his whole hero thing in the mall. He got the girl at the end. I thought it was just great. And it's a movie I can really watch, over and over again. And it's not a good movie, but it's just fun to watch. The sequel was no such thing. It was bad. It ruined the story of the first movie. I want to forget it ever existed if I ever watch Paul Blart Mall Cop. It just does not exist in my mind. That's how bad it was. I don't even think I laughed at all at stuff I should be laughing at. And like I said, everything that was built upon in the first movie was completely torn down. The acting felt extremely forced, especially from Kevin James. And the girl that played his daughter, she just did not do well in this one at all. And then David Henry, who was supposed to play her, love interest, he was even worse, I think. And the movie just flopped horribly. It felt like a horrible Adam Sandler comedy. It had too much of that vibe going on. The fight with the bird was ridiculous and went on way too long. Ziplining from building to building in Las Vegas and getting stuck in the middle was the most stupid thing ever. And the darn CGI Kevin James getting kicked by the horse was, oh gosh, that was bad. And it just felt like I was watching a stupid Adam Sandler comedy. Now, I will enjoy some Adam Sandler comedies, but this is one of those stupid kind in that category, and it really definitely felt like he was a bigger part of this movie than the first Mall Cop or something, because it just was awful. And I'll see if I forgot everything, if I forgot anything about this, because there was just so much I did not like. Yeah, and just the whole thing of it being in Las Vegas was just a bad idea. He needed another mall. I mean, I know they kind of made a quick trip to the mall, just to kind of have that in there, but it needed to be some other type of mall situation. Maybe he even went on vacation and he was at a mall or something, but the whole point of having it at a Vegas hotel was very stupid, and it was the only thing that saved this movie at all was the villain was okay. I mean, he wasn't bad, but otherwise the movie was just a huge flop. It was horrible. And those are my 5 worst movies of 2015. Do you agree with my list? Let me know in the comments section below. Do you think some other movies should have been included in this list that I did not mention? Also, let me know in the comments section below. Make sure to like me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and follow me on that stuff. I post some behind-the-scenes stuff that goes on with the channel that you guys might not see yet on the channel itself, and all that behind-the-scenes stuff and whatnot. So be sure to check that out. I also give the Retribution updates more on Instagram than anywhere else, so if you're looking forward to my short film coming out maybe this summer, hint hint, so you can go check out stuff over there. I'm going to be also having a update video on Retribution coming soon. So, like I said, let me know in the comments section below about what you guys thought, and my video that will be detailing the best movie countdown of 2015 will be coming shortly. I am MarlonFan1095. See you guys.